What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are finally back in the shop. It's about 11 o'clock at night and I'm in here just piddling on the cars and going to finally do the tear down on the 13 Legend. Wyatt just got done with the Nationals and he did really well. You guys will be getting a video of that here soon once I collect all the videos from them. Very proud of Wyatt and his efforts at Nationals. The car's in one piece, so we'll get a video of that and also show y'all the car when it gets back. But it's time to actually retire the 13 Legend for the year. We had an amazing year with it and didn't race it as much as I wanted to this year, but I did have fun in the races that I did do. Led a few laps, won a few heat races, so I call that a win for this year. Had some amazing sponsors on this car. Very thankful for all the guys who jumped on board with this car this year and our whole entire team. But we're going to tear it down. I've got to make it lighter, so I'm going to explain that a little bit later. But we have a driver spotlight that I want to do, and I want to apologize. I had some issues with my email. I'm having a lot of issues with my phone service here at my home, and so I've been battling with that. So I finally recovered a bunch of my emails, and I found one that I have missed. So I want to apologize to Mr. Stephen Cox. They live in Florida, and his dad built a Chevy Cavalier this year. I'll throw that up here. Awesome, very good looking ride, a black number 88. And this is Stephen's son, who I know loves the racing. And they raced down in Florida. His dad raced back in 2008. Raced for a few years in the 4-cylinder cars, moved up to a V8 car, and then recently built this car this year to get back on the track and support the track. I believe the track is called the Clip. Hopefully if Steven's watching and I get that wrong, then he can correct me on that, but I believe that's what it's at, or where it's at, is the Clip in Florida. But I'm very thankful for you guys for driver spotlights. I'm sorry again to Steven for missing this one, but I'm glad that I found it and we got them back on the channel. I have a few more spotlights that have been coming in that we're gonna get back to doing. If you guys drive anything and everything, whatever it is, and you want me to do a spotlight or a shout out for y'all, make sure that y'all email me. The email is in the description below. So again, Steven, your dad, your son, congratulations. Hopefully y'all had a great year this year. We look forward to hearing from you guys more. So with that said, let's get right to work on the Legend, and I'm going to explain a little bit of what we're going to do tonight. So here she is in all of her glory. You can see that the front's missing. Well, if y'all are a follower of our Facebook page and our Instagram, which y'all should be, you can see that I took this whole entire front end off of this car and donated it to Wyatt's car that normally sits right here. And so it's gone, and that's why it's no longer there. But I want to show you guys a few things. First off, the fenders, of course, that's gone. Here is the hack job that I tried to do on the exhaust. It kept pulling out, so I tried anything and everything before the last race to repair that, and it was a failed attempt. It was also because I probably was in a rush. So that's one of the things we're going to do. The next thing is it's time for me for next year to get new rims. I also sent my good rims and tires with Wyatt to Nationals for backups. But these rims and tires, I know a bunch of you will not believe me on this, are the exact rim and tires that I raced back in 2008. When I first ran this car, and it looked a little bit better. It looked like this. I'll throw a picture up. This is what it used to look like. And them are the exact rims right there and on the other side, and one of these old junkers over here that I had back in 2008. So it's time for them to come off. They're all bent. They're super heavy. They've lightened them up since then. Another thing is all of these bars under here, it's been forever since I've taken all this stuff off, and I'm sure that I've got a lot more of this, which is mud and dirt, on this car from when it was sitting up, and it just gets built up over the years. So that's the plan. Tonight, it is late. I already mentioned maybe that it's around 11 o'clock. The plan is to get all the back tires off, get the back fenders off, get the sides off, and pretty much strip this thing down to where it doesn't have any more sides whatsoever. And that's the goal. So we'll get to that first. If we can get all that done in a timely manner, we'll come back and we'll continue stripping the rest down. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse and we'll get right to it. So here we go. So I rudely disrupt that wonderful time lapse we have going to show you how my fender really was. It was handy dandy duct tape. So this whole entire year, it was duct tape. But y'all knew that. Anyway, she held on pretty good. That is one of my original fenders, I think. I don't remember, oh well. But if anybody would want this, I can cut this bad part off, probably somewhere right here. And if anybody's interested, I'll send you this if you want to pay shipping for free. Y'all let me know if that's something you are interested in. Let's get back to it. Well, there you go. You can see she's exposed now. As old Tim Nash would say, she ain't got her skins on, so she's all exposed. But this is what they look like. Kind of weird looking, I would say so myself. That's kind of strange seeing the fenders off in the back and all. But anywho, this is what this has looked like. So I have found some of the reason why this car is heavy, and this would be one of the reasons right here. Dirt track racing with the Legend. I guess over some years of this thing sitting out, it collected some dirt. So that's a good thing. Is why you take this thing apart. I should learn, because I've never taken this thing apart like this. And you will figure out stuff. Which, look right here. Even that's full of dirt. So that's weight. So what we're gonna do is, this panel here is still good. I'm gonna keep this. Probably get old A-Flim to buff that out. And so that one will actually keep. We'll set that over here. That one there, junk. So again, if anybody wants any wall art, that's for sale for free, if anybody wants it. Let's see what else. This is how I can prove to y'all that this was the original wheels. See the pink on there, and I showed y'all the picture. I will also be getting rid of them rims. So if you guys just happen to want them, yeah, I'm letting them go. But this is what we've got. I'm going to probably, more than likely for next season, take these door skins out. I know that's not real important when it comes to weight, but that is something that matters. Something else I'm going to be doing is the steering shaft. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have a steering wheel that has a long extension that comes off of there. That's because that steering shaft is too short. So I need it to be longer. So I'm gonna be busting all that crap out and putting a new one in. The next thing we're gonna do is we're going to take off, well, nah, we're gonna wait and do that. It's too late for me to do that. But we're gonna take off this exhaust, get rid of that. And then we're gonna take off, jack this thing all the way off and take all these Nerf bars off, get them off, and probably get new one of them, because I think them are the old style and they're super thick. super heavy and I don't like it. So the reason why we're doing this is, a lot of you may know, a lot of you may not know, is that this car, when they changed the rules and went to the new Z motors, some of you may not know this, but you may can tell in the videos that these cars, some sound different than the others. That's because the engines have been changed. Well, not really changed. They've introduced a new engine. It's the FZ09 motor, which is a fuel injected motor. It's less horsepower, but it's fuel injected, so it makes it better because obviously fuel injection in a way can be better than carbureted, but carbureted can be better than fuel injected in a way. Less electronics to have to deal with when it comes to carbureted engines, but it gives them a weight break. And so whenever they did that, they had to give the 1250s a weight break. So the minimum this class, I believe, used to be 1320. Don't quote me on that. I think maybe give or take 1300, 1315, something in there. I don't remember. Like I said, don't quote me. But now you're able to be 1280. Well, I've gained some weight, which I've been working out trying to lose some weight. So I've actually backed down to my original weight when I started the channel. But now you can be 1280, and the last time I weighed this car, I was 1373. Yeah, 100 pounds, a little bit shy of 100 pounds heavy. And so one of the main reasons is because I have this huge hunk of lead on the back, which that handles, and deals with cross. But I've been watching Mr. Steve Edens at SWE Racing, and I'm excited to learn about some setup techniques from him with one of his builds. So y'all make sure y'all go follow him if you really want to learn about setups like I do. So I'm going to incorporate some of his knowledge into this car. He's been helping me a lot. So I want to strip this thing all the way down and see what excess weight is on it that I don't need to try to get down lower. Wyatt's car is dead on. I've got it right at 1281, I think, after a 20-lap feature. Hopefully with no yellow flags. So he's dead on. There's a few other things that we can do on this car that we'll talk about a little bit later on. And I don't want to give away too many secrets, but we can lighten it a little bit more. But other than that, I'm going to get rid of some of these seat pieces. I don't need all these leg pieces in there. I'm going to get rid of that heavy steering wheel. And I've got a lightweight steering wheel over there for this car for next year. We're going to get rid of this old C-Trab cooler and go with the new style. So that's some more weight, but I'm going to wait to drain all the oil. So enough rambling. We're going to get the exhaust off next, get all this junk off so that we can get the right helicoil put in that engine, and then more than likely call that a video. We are excited about the fair coming up. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. We've had a ton of donations given, so thank you all who have donated. That's going to be amazing, and so pumped about that. But let's get this wrapped up, get the header off, and we'll probably call it a video. So let's see if we can get this done. Just like that. She's off. So you can see here where some of my issues were. See how this one came completely out? Like the stud pulled out of the motor. And this is stripped. So this no longer moves. The only thing that moves is the stud. Well, the same thing happened right here, except obviously you can see that it pulled this whole entire thing out. So let's see if I can move this. So you can see here, I don't know if on the video, that I'm moving this one back and forth. I'm not moving it to the point to where it can pull out because I actually put something in there and kind of tried to strip it in there for this last race and probably galled it up pretty bad. But it's a lot smaller. That's just some all thread to where these are threaded in there like so. But what we're gonna do is, now that I can get in here, the last time I tried to helicoil that, I couldn't really get in here with the fenders and all, but now that we've got it the right way, I'm gonna actually get a professional in here to helicoil this one. I'm gonna pull the rest of all these out and lubricate them really well and try to find a better solution on these bolts and studs than what we have here, because they're not working too well. So I believe, honestly, also my little like crush washers and stuff in there are also messed up. But honestly, I believe with this motor that was definitely robbing me some horsepower. These headers not seating up in there and it blowing by right there at the motor. Luckily, I didn't bend anything or mess anything up inside the motor. But, oh well. I'm going to replace a bunch of this stuff. I'm going to replace all the clutch and brake cylinders and master cylinders for the clutch, the brake assembly. Everything's getting taken off. Going to take all the heims. Going to replace all the ball joints, all the heims, everything. So I'm going to go over everything, take the whole front end pretty much apart, and go through this thing really, really good. So that's it. I just wanted y'all to hang out a little bit with me in the shop, see what I was doing on the Legend car. And I'm not sure if I'm going to take the entire body off. I am going to pull the motor though. I have decided just now, sitting here talking with you guys, that I'm going to pull the motor just so that I can get in and clean it real well, redo all the sheet metal on the back, take that off so I can redo the steering and make it all easy. I've got plenty of time to redo this car, and one of the reasons why I want to redo this car is I'm going to race it some, and also this is going to be Wyatt's backup car for next season. In case something happens with his, I'd love to be able to bring this to some of the special races that we go to have a backup car for him. That is kind of the plan. I'm not sure if I'm really going to focus on driving the Legend car that much. I do love it, but I'm probably more than likely going to focus, if you guys are interested, on the Bandolero, the Camaro, and the RSX, because I would really like to run a full season in the RSX for 2022. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We're getting really close. And I know we say 1,000 is our goal, but that's not just it, guys. We want to grow this channel big. I don't care how big or how small we are. I want to stay true to our team, and I want to stay true to who we are and what we started with, and that's building cars, rebuilding cars, and staying safe and creating a team. So that's what it's all about. Thank you all again so much for all the true subscribers that we have that follow us and are really passionate about racing as much as we are. You guys mean the world to us. So again, hit that subscribe button, help us out, share this content. If y'all enjoyed it, leave me a comment. Let me know where you guys are watching from, stuff that y'all would like to see, if you're tired of seeing whatnot, and we'll go from there. Grow this channel together as a big team. So y'all have a blessed night. We will see you guys in the next video.